Hi everyone, I'm hopeful that you will be fine. In today's session, we will learn how you can actually create Fire Epic app and how you can actually apply OAuth 2.0 on that and get the access and refresh token. Okay, so basically, Epic is providing for different ways to create for different types of app. So the first one is EHR, Smart on Fire launch. The second one is a standalone launch, and the third one is backend services or backend systems, which is some way of asymmetric OAuth, and the fourth one is a desktop integration with the service bus. Okay, in today's demo, I will show you how you can actually create an app on fireepic.com, and also you can apply OAuth 2.0 with the standalone app. Okay, so for that you need to follow few steps. Okay, the first step will be you must have account with the fireepic.com. Okay, if you do not have already that, just click on the sign up button, fill out the form, submit the request to the Epic support team. They will review your request and approve your account. Either they can request further details from your site. Once you have an active account with the fireepic.com, you just need to click on this login and Epic user web. Click on that button. Just enter your login details and click on sign in. Once you successfully signed in, you just need to click on this build apps button. Now you on a my apps page. Here you just need to click on this create button. The first thing will be you need to set your application name. I'm just setting learn with Next demo. Okay. And then you need to select the application audience. For this demo, I'm just going to selecting the patients. Okay. Then you need to select the scope. For this demonstration, I'm just going to select patient read R4. Okay. And then we need to set the redirect URL by clicking this add another URL. Please confirm that you must have selected HTTPS. Then you just need to set the redirect URL here. Mine will be app.sandbox ngrok./API v1 OAuth epic redirect. Okay. And then you have two different options. If you are going to building the app for dynamic clients, you need to check this checkbox. And if your app is for the confidential client, then you just need to click on this is confidential client. Okay. I'm just leaving this as default. Then just you need to click on this save button. Now you can see you have successfully created your app. You can see here that you have a client ID and non-production client ID both. This is for the production and this is for the non-production. That means you have successfully get the client ID. Okay. After that, we need to verify all the form fields. You can see here we are getting some warnings, so we just need to fix those by setting some values, as I am setting here coming soon and here coming soon. Okay. And then you must need to set this terms and condition secure URL. The URL must be HTTPS. So mine is fnwalk.ngrok.tab/terms. Okay. And this checkbox is only if your app is ready for the production. But for this demonstration purpose, we are just going to building that app for the sandbox environment. I'm just going to clicking on the save and ready for sandbox. And you are ready for the production. Just check this checkbox and click on this save and ready for the production. Okay. I'm just going to click this. Okay, now we successfully created the app and we have activated the sandbox environment. Just click once again. We need to just copy this non-production client ID. I'm just going to navigate to the VS Code. Here we first need to create a Next.js app by applying the command npx create next app. And I'm naming this learn with Next epic. Enter. No, yes, 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 and hit enter. And we need to wait a few seconds until the app will be generated successfully. Okay, we have successfully created the app. Now we just need to navigate to that application directory by applying the command ctr learn with Next epic and hit enter. We are inside the app directory. Just expand this. The first thing, we must need to create a constant directory inside the root project. Okay, so constants. Inside the constants, we need to create another directory called server, and inside that we need to create epic.js. Okay, inside this constant epic.js file, we are just going to store the URLs and endpoints regarding the epic file. Okay, so the first endpoint will be const epic OAuth base. Okay, and this will be HTTPS via epic.com/. interconnect via OAuth, OAuth2. Okay, and then we just need to create the EPIC endpoints, and inside that we need to create a OAuth, and inside the OAuth first we need to set the authorize. Inside the authorize endpoint we need to set a helper function, and we need to set EPIC OAuth base. Okay, and then at the end we need to set authorize. Okay, and question mark, and then we need to generate the query parameters regarding that authorization URL, and we will pass those as a query inside the function signature. Okay, and we also need to import the query string QS query string. Okay, and then we just need to call that QS stringify, and then we just need to pass query. Okay, and the second endpoint will be token. So inside the token endpoint, we just need to set epic OAuth base slash token. Okay, and then we just need to export module export, and here we need to set epic endpoints. Just format the code. Okay, now inside the source app directory, we need to create an API directory. Okay, inside the API directory, we first need to create a version directory, which is a v1. You have seen that inside the redirect URL, I have set at this path the API v1 OAuth epic and then redirect. Okay, so we need to follow this path here as an endpoint. Okay, after that we need to create OAuth and then epic. Okay, inside the app directory we need to create the action directory as a dynamic route. Okay, so the action. Okay, inside the action dynamic directory we need to create a file called route.js. Okay, now here inside the route.js we need to create a handler for that endpoint, and we need to implement that by export default function get, and here we need to set request and action. Then we need to set the try and catch block here. I'm not going to adding the proper logging here. You can set that. Okay, now here first we need to get the action from action parameter by calling action. I think we need to rename this select. Okay, so we say route select. From that we need to get the action. Okay, then we need to pass a switch, and we need to pass the action, and here we need to place the cases. I think we need to also create a const here called epic, and we say what actions. Inside that we say authorize, and another is redirect, and then we need to export that. Just format the code. Now here we need to import that epic and just OAuth actions and authorize break, and the second case will be epic dot OAuth actions dot redirect break. Okay, I think we need to just return statement here and here. Okay, and if the case is not, then we just need to set the some error. I will just set that data. Okay, so the return error. Also we have some error here. We will set that. The first thing is we need to add this authorize endpoint get endpoint handler, where from this once this case will be missed, we need to authorize that user to on a smart launch. We will redirect the user to a standalone launch so that he or she can authorize. So from here we need to call next response dot redirect. Okay, and then we need to call epic endpoints. I think for these paths, we need to create a file for easy paths called jsconfig.json. I think this file already exists. So here is that. Okay. No, it is here. Okay. First, we need to set base URL. Path will be dot. Okay. And then we need to set the path constants space server, and the path will be constants slash server slash static. Okay. And I think that's all. Now we need to just call here with constant server epic. Okay. And now we need to call the endpoint OAuth and authorize. Okay, inside this authorize, we need to set few parameters as a query parameter. Okay, so for that we first need to create two env files here. The first one will be env local, and the second one will be .env development. Okay, inside the local.env, we need to set the host environment variable, and inside this development env file, we need to set the epic app client ID and epic app redirect URL. Okay, first we need to set the host. The host will be https app.sandbox.ngrok.dev. Okay, and now we need to set the client ID. We will get that client ID from here, the non-production client ID, because we are inside the development environment. And the redirect URI will be API v1 and OAuth epic redirect. Okay, so this will be the same as here. Copy. We need to remove this path. Okay, now we're okay. Now we need to back on our Auth.js. Here we need to pass few parameters as a query parameter for that authorization URI to OAuth flow. There are 6 different parameters we need to pass. The first one will be response type, and the response type will be code. Okay, so this will be params. Okay, and then the second one will be the state, and we will get that state from query parameters by calling request.nextURL dot search params dot get state, and the third one will be audience. We will also get that from request. Either for this demo, I will just set that as same as epic endpoints dot oauth. I think I need to export this base path also so that we can get this, and we will set that here, click base. Okay, and the fourth one will be client ID, and we will get the client ID from the environment variables, which is here, client ID and the client ID. And the fifth one will be scope, and for this step we have just only enabled the patient read scope. Okay, so we will set the patient slash static dot read. Okay, and the 6th parameter will be redirect URL, and we will also get that from the environment variables process.env dot redirect URL. Okay, we need to build that by using string interpolation. Here is our path to that redirect URI, and the host will be from process .env.host. Okay, so this host is inside this local. Now I think we have all sorted the parameters for this authorization URL. We first need to test that authorization URL, and then we will implement this redirect handler here. Okay, but before that, I think we need to just send back the response. So next response. So this will be new next response, and the body will be message something went wrong. You can say the invalid request. Okay, and the status code HTTPS. I think we need to add access. Until that package installed, we need to just also add the same response here. Okay, so the package is installed successfully. Just call HTTPS code and add request. And here HTTP status dot internet server. Just format the code. And now we just need to run the server by applying command yarn run tab. We need to open the terminal. Inside the terminal, we need to activate the ngrok tunnel by applying this command ngrok https domain. Domain is app.sandbox.ngrok.tab on a port 3000. Okay, because our app is running on port 3000. Hit enter. Okay, so the tunnel is ready. We just need to navigate to the browser and just type here sandbox.ngrok.tab/api/v1/oauth epic and authorize. I think we need to just place a breakpoint here so that we can see in a debug mode. Oh, so the error is default. We need to remove that. Okay, and now once again, you can see we are getting an error called something went wrong with the OAuth2. So the problem is we need to state. Okay, you have seen that we need to set the state as a parameter. Okay, from the query. I think why this debug is not working. I just need to restart the app server. Just press a breakpoint here and here. Okay, now we are ready. We just need to navigate to the browser and just type the command here app sandbox .ngrok.dev/api v1 authorize and state and hit enter. You can see we are getting an invalid request error. This is totally related with our client ID for this non-production with this app. We have created this app during this session, and sandbox environment is still not ready for this app. That's why we are getting this error. Okay, I have already created a previously app. You have seen that at the beginning of this session, which is here. And with this app, we have an active sandbox environment. Change the client ID to this code. So here we just need to replace that client ID of the second app, which is created earlier. And we also need to change the redirect URL of that app. Okay. So here is the redirect URL. I think maybe I can add another redirect URL here so that both will work. Okay. So this redirect URI with the v1 and this do not have that version. Okay, so just I think just save and ready for the sandbox. Okay, now I need to open another browser and just here I need to type app.sandbox API v1 Auth epic authorize and test it and just hit enter. You can see we are still getting that request is invalid error because this v1 redirect URI which we have added recently on already created app is still not active. Okay, you can see here we have a two redirect URI recently added. So this redirect URI is still not working. So that's why we need to just keep using the previously activated redirect URI. from the config. Okay, so I just removed the v1 from here, and now we need to just retry here. Hit enter, and now you can see we are getting the login page. Okay, that means this recently added redirect URI with the already activated sandbox environment with the existing app is still not working. Okay, so that's why we were getting that. Okay, now we need to just place a breakpoint here. Okay, and just log in. I have already set the test user conditions. Just click on sign in. You can see it is asking to continue or deny. Just continue and allow access. You can see this path is still not valid with this this demo app. Okay, but you can see we are successfully getting the code. Okay, the authorization code here. You can see on the redirect add path, we are getting the authorization code. We will use that authorization code in the next session and exchange that authorization code and get the access token. This session is a bit long. I'm just going to end this session, and we will get back with another session where we will just exchange this authorization code and get the access and refresh token. Take care. Bye-bye.